And about that legacy, that great history that we have inherited to this kind of mentality, to this kind of people. What will happen to our future? These are the questions that still awaits answer. Today, I only would like to express my solidarity and encourage about the NSF to fight on. We are an organization that believes in fighting for our rights, and therefore you should not fail during your time and ensure that justice is done according to the law prevailing in our land. Thank you and Bugnali. If you have conflict of interest, if you don't agree and subscribe to somebody's opinion, any time of the day they will come and demolish, vandalize, ransack your house. As young people, how are we going to live as citizens in this town? And therefore, I would like to urge upon. I also would like to question the ability of the Kohima police and the administration. As a legislator, I'm questioning. How can this happen? How can they say that they have no knowledge? Unless they have some tacit understanding. Unless there is some connivance. We have the best efficient police officers in the city. We have the best administration. The administrations who are posted in Kohima are the best officers. How can they say that they can't find the culprit even after a lapse of almost 72 hours or maybe more than that? And therefore, I demand that immediately the culprit should be arrested and it should be dealt firmly according to the law of the land. As far as the Naga Club building is concerned, where we can see with our own naked eye today in this condition, this is a building which is being cherished by all of us. We know that Naga Club, ever since its formation, 1918, they have set the foundation strong for the Naga movement. And that foundation is because they have submitted a memorandum to the Simon Commission in 1929. And that memorandum, after a narration, as in ancient days, ancient times, that was the conclusion. And they were right that since we were never subjugated, and which also proved that Nagas are independent nation, and they have done their part. From 1918, after the submission of the memorandum, then comes 1947, when we have declared our independence as a nation. That was a time where the Naga Students Federation was formed, 1947. From there on, the NSF have been guarding, strengthening, promoting the Naga political movement. And this building, we have been taking care of it. And we have never attempted to change the nomenclature of the office. They have destroyed our signboard. Otherwise, there is a big inscription there that Office of the Naga Students Federation, Naga Club Building, Kohima. We have never attempted to change the nomenclature of the location. And as a proud inheritor of the Naga Club ideologies, the aspirations, as well as the representations that they have represented to the British Simon Commission, we have never failed, even a single day on our part, as far as the Naga political issue is concerned. And therefore, this is very unbecoming of those who have perpetrated this kind of action, I was only wondering myself that those who claims to have more concern for the Naga movement, for the Naga issue, can they behave like this, destroying, demolishing, vandalizing a building, of having program? In fact, for me, as ex-NSF Deputy Speaker, Social and Cultural Secretary, as Speaker, and as President, and as Tribunal General, and prior to that, in the All Nagaland College Students Union, I have associated myself in this office for almost 12 to 13 years. So in fact, it is an emotional moment for me. I have a sentimental attachment in this office, and therefore, personally, I feel so sad seeing our office in this condition. I don't know the reason why those people who have perpetrated this, that they gain courage to go to this extent in vandalizing our office. Even if there are issues, there are ways to settle issues, but not in this manner. In a civilized society like ours, we don't issues in this form. How can you vandalize a building, a property, just because you are angry with someone? At this rate, where are our society heading? How will we live? This is the capital city of Nagaland state, and from governor down to the villager lives in this city. Now, as a legislator, I also take responsibility. I feel ashamed of myself. How can our citizens live in this kind of city when your houses are vandalized, demolished, without going through the due process of law? How will you live? At this rate.
So we have heard the version of NSF president also. Now have this really. But this really that only la ulai she. Aru itia yede venue de protest really la sitting protest na yede jaga de former NSF president aru itia present MLA from party and the Ratan Boka and the Boka district di ahi na ase kalo di alop para. So thank you, sir, for being here and for giving us the time. So yeah, maybe as a former official, maybe 10 years ago, issue the Naga Club, the building Naga issue. Then so unexpectedly, such a shocking incident happened.
See, I think there is a wrong conception that this issue has been pending for quite some time. No, NSF have never changed the name of the building, Naga Club building. We have been using our signboard. It has been already dimensional. Office of the Naga Students Federation, Naga Club building. That is how we have been using it. And we have never attempted to change the name of the area, the location, as well as the building. And that's how we have been preserving the Naga. Well, suddenly some people coming up claiming themselves to be Naga Club and trying to claim the building. I think this is something which the NSF have been resisting, because the Naga Club pioneers and the founders have set a foundation for us as far as the Naga political movement is concerned, and for respect for them, the NSF have been strengthening, preserving, promoting the Naga movement, because that is our political right. But you see, this is not the way to settle issues. Do you think, doing like this, NSF will scare away? Do you think they'll bother? No. This is not the way. And with this kind of mentality, if you hand over the issue to this group of people, what do you imagine our future? This is not the way to lead the Naga people. And as far as the NSF is concerned, we have never encountered this kind of thing. There are democratic way, there are system of law where we have to settle issues. And my only question as legislature is, see, this is the capital city of Nagaland, Kohima. And if a building of this nature, NSF, is not safe, then the citizens of Kohima town themselves have to awaken. Which means if there is a variation of opinion, if I don't subscribe to your point of view, anytime you will come and vandalize my house. That is what it is being exhibited. And therefore, I would like to urge upon the administration, or in my administration, as well as the police force, immediately they should also, activate their network and ensure that the proper security of the property and citizens will be ensured. And immediately the culprit should be booked and dealt according to the law.
Sir, what do you say, like during your time as well, because you have been during your time, this kind of issues running, how did you handle it?
See, for us, we have peacefully functioned during that time. There was no group of people whom they are claiming now during my time, during 2005. That was my presidency. So, there was no such aggressive movement from any individual. One, two members were there as not real original member of the Naga Club. So we had a very cordial understanding with them, and they were actually so happy that NSF occupied his office, and we have been preserving it. So that is how an understanding, with true understanding, we have been functioning. But suddenly, I don't know, from nowhere, a group of people came and started claiming, and this is how these things are happening. And exactly, and this is not a good sign.
So yeah, you are here today to extend your support.
Exactly, I come here as former president of the Naga Students Federation to extend my solidarity and to see this people so that our concern is there and immediately the relations will take
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapu viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.